Okay, welcome. This is Mr. Veszpeller, and I'd like to show you how we would solve the backside of their homework page. It involves different strategies. A lot of parents aren't familiar with these, so I'm providing it for you to review so you can help your child finish their homework. So this is the remembering. This is a spiral review. Solve each problem, label your answer. Number 1, Chen has $8. She earns some more money babysitting. Now she has $17. How much money does she earn for babysitting? So it's clearly addition. I tell them to circle the important information and then underline the question. And sometimes we can box in key terms. She earns some more. Some more would mean that it's addition. So one of the ways that kids are learning to show their work is through a math mountain. 17 represents the total that she has, and it looks like a mountain when we draw two legs coming down. When you slide down, it's subtraction, and one of the legs would be $8. And if you add the two sums, this is the sum and this is the sum. I'm sorry, this is the addend, this is the addend, this is the sum, or it's also called the total. So this would be the addend, this would be the addend. We have an unknown addend. So there's different ways of working out the problem. You could say 17, take away the 8 that she has, will tell you what she, how much more she has earned. So it would look like this: $17 minus the $8 that she has equals how much she earns. And the answer is $9. Another way to say it is to show the unknown addend, $8 plus, let's call it n representing the unknown number, and then the answer is now she has $17. So a third grader would maybe typically count up, starting at 8. So you count with your fingers 9, 10, 11, 12, until you get to 17. And then the answer is n equals $9. She earned $9. And you write that here. $8 plus $9 equals $17. Let's look at the next one. Dylan has 48 baseball cards. He puts 8 cards on each album page. How many album pages does he fill with baseball cards? So how many album pages does he fill with baseball cards? All right, your student always knows to box in key terms. Each means addition, means multiplication or division. And then how many album pages does he fill? Album pages is boxed because it's the label, and they want us to label our answer. All right, this one we could do equal shares or equal groups. This was introduced really early in the year, so it's good to spiral review. On an equal shares, 48, it's almost like a math mountain. 48 is the total, and 8 cards would be the group. Would be the size of the group. 8 cards is the size of each group. So we have little fingers coming out. and we put 8 cards. Now you could put 8 dots in it, or you can put the number 8. So we just count by 8. 8 and 8 is 16. 3/8 is 24. 4/8 is 32. 5/8 is 40. 6/8 is 48. All right, so how many groups did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 groups, or 6 album pages. So this would, I did it on a separate paper. Sometimes they don't give you enough room to show your work. You could do it on a separate paper and staple it. And this is a division problem. 48 divided by the size of the group, which is 8 cards. 48 baseball cards divided by 8 cards. How many will fit on an album page? 48 divided by 8 is 6 album pages. He will fill 6 album pages with 8 cards on each page. All right, I'm going to get rid of this. Look at the angles below. Which angles are smaller? Which ones are smaller than a right angle? Well, first let's define what a right angle is. A right angle is 90 degrees. They are 2 lines that are perpendicular to each other. Another way to say it for a 9-year-old is that, ooh, I got ink on my fingers, is that a right angle lines up with the corner of your paper. So you could see that it's lined up straight across and straight down. So that's a right angle. So A is a right angle, so we don't list it. B is less than a right angle, so we list it as less than or smaller than. You can see if you hold it up to it, C is greater than the corner of this page, so it's greater than, we don't list it. Let's see, it's pretty close, so let's put our scrap paper against it, and it doesn't line up, it's hiding it. If it's hiding it, it's smaller than. And E looks like it's greater than. If we line up one of the sides and the other one, you could see it's greater than. It doesn't line up with the paper, and it's greater than. So only B and D are smaller than a right angle. Write a sum to represent number 4. This goes with this instruction. Write a sum, that's addition, to represent the part of the fraction bar that you shaded. Then write it as one fraction. So it says divide the whole into 5 parts. And because it's 5 parts, the unit fraction is 1/5. So we're going to add 1/5 5 times. And it says to shade it. Shade 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. And then finally write this as one fraction. These are 5 fractions added, and the sum is 5 over 5, which is really 1. And this is 3 out of 5, or 3/5. And we got that by adding 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. All right, I think this is the answer they're looking for. Stretch your thinking. Write a word problem to match the shaded fraction bar. A word problem. A word problem would be Jose has a granola bar, and he shared with 3 friends, The shaded part represents the piece that he gave to each friend. So the word problem is Jose had a granola bar. He divided it into 4 parts and shared it with 3 friends. How much does he get to eat himself? So he shared 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4, but that's not a word problem. I'll let you figure that out. It's meant to stretch your thinking, and I gave you a word problem, so you would write it down like this. Jose had a granola bar that he shared with 3 friends. How much of the granola bar did he share with his friends? So the answer would be 3/4. If you want to extend that, how much of it did he get to eat? He got to eat 1/4. All right, the trick is it's a word problem. Your student must write down the words. And a problem has a question. So please have your student use a question mark at the end as a punctuation. All right, thank you very much for helping your student.